Hello everyone, we have the Global Lab patch notes for Friday, May 30th. So first off, we have the class modifications and changes again. This is general. So a phrase has been added to the Dosa skills. Deadeye, a issue where the description of the chaos technique regarding Marty rounds was displayed, was acting differently than the actual description. Similar thing for the location of the Canary's gift skill shown in the skill window has been moved to the Awakening Weapon tab. And when using Canary's gift skill, the falling motion that appears when the player is above a certain height has been changed to appear at a higher height than before. Also, when pressing the key on the keyboard in a fishing stance, the ring menu UI for changing stances has been improved to appear more quickly. Then we have a small change for Arena of Solera. So the Holborn area in the Solaris Spear battlefield will be replaced with the Tzol's Ruins again. The water and the fire energies have been removed from this map, so no longer the AP and DP buffs. And the spheres wandering around the central area have also been removed. There is currently a video that is uploading right after this one about the ruins not being in AoS. I did already add a little extra snippet to that. So if you want to just check out the map in its full glory, check that video out. Moving on, we have the health recovery effect gained when destroying Breath of Grass has been changed to only apply to the target that destroyed it. And they fixed an issue where the effects would occasionally activate twice when the Breath of Grass and the Aura of Wind were not destroyed and remained for a long time. They've improved item usability, so the following items have been improved to be usable even when not in standby mode. So here we see a bunch of the event items that are in here, including also Tried Dates, Tears of Repentance, Beginner's Four-Leaf Clover, and Order for additional sailing experience as small highlights. Then we have item changes. The following items have been removed from the list of items usable in the Fairy's Continuous Care. This is the event Cool Stout, Traces of the Festival, and Festival Purification Water. For the monster, we have world boss improvement changes. So first off, when defeating the next world boss, you will now receive the same loot that you would from defeating a previous enhanced boss. This is the case for Zarka, Nuva, Kuranda, and Kutum. However, in the case of Nuva, you cannot obtain the Blood Nuva, so the Split Horn and Torn Wings, and the Bloody Desert Eyes when defeating him. These items will still only be obtainable when defeating the enhanced version. The rare relic from an adventurer will be updated, which will contain more valuable rewards. This pretty much has been changed to adventurer's rare relics. The rare relic of an adventurer can be attained with a specified probability and providing certain damage contribution criteria within a server. So in the case of Zarka, if you're in the 1st to 50th, you should get one. Same for Kuranda, same for Nuver and Kutum. In the case of Quint, it's top 70% damage contribution, same for Moraka. And in the Mirrormuk Watcher often, the damage contribution rank is 1 to 60. The rare relic from an adventurer contains the following accessory items from Tri to Tet of the following levels. Or a 1 kg gold bar. I mean, most of the time you'll probably end up getting the 1 kg gold bar, but that's still 100 mil. Otherwise, we have a nice selection of accessories. In the case of the reinforcement of the world boss loot adjustment, so the quantity and probability of loot that can be obtained will be adjusted as well. So here we see if you're in the top 1 to 20, it's 1.3 times increased on the boxes, 1.4 on 21 to 50th. The villa and furniture crafting items have increased 1.6 and 1 to 3, depending on the specified probability, so you can get more at once if you're in the top brackets. Advice of routes 40, 60, 80, and 100 will be have been increased with obtained 1 within the given probability. The cool fragments will be increased from 5 to 10 confirmed acquisitions if you're all the way up to, well, in the first 50, and then after that 2 to 4. The aura of the or latent boss aura is 20 to 30, 15 to 25, 10 to 20, 8 to 12. And the hunter seals, which are usually used for sharps, 8 to 16, 6 to 12, 4 to 6. Otherwise, we have the 1 kg gold bar also becoming a confirmed acquisition, and you can obtain 1 to 4 within a probability, which is higher than before. So you can easily make 100 mil easy with a chance for up to 400. And otherwise, some extra gold bars, the 10 mil gold bars, 5 to 10 confirmed. They've adjusted the appearance of the reinforced world bosses, though. So the reinforced world bosses have gone down by 80%, but the loot has increased. So the appearance of probably Nuva wrapped in blood has been reduced by 72%, so that one's a little less, the Bloodstorm Nuva. Below, we can also see the full loot that can be obtained by defeating a Nightmare Zarka, Stormwind Kuranda, Bloodstorm Nuva, and the Thundercloud Kutum. If the quantity is not specified, you will receive one. So we'll just take a quick look here. So here we have guaranteed loot, which actually looks really nice if you're in the 1st to 20th, 21st to 50. You can see a lot of nice goodies. You can get up to 100 stack, top 90 up to 100 stack. And even in the top 100, you can still get a good amount of gold bars and a 100 mil gold bar. It's similar for Zarka, Kuranda, and Nuver, just slight adjustments. Overall, the bosses will definitely become more valuable. And some of the loot drops from defeating these bosses have been removed. So Advice of Alps 30, 50, Relics of an Adventure, Liberto weapon bundles, and gold bars 1G and 10G will be removed. In the case of Mirror Moth, Watcher, Alphen, Quint, and Maraka, there's improvements with the 30 and 50 Valks being removed, and Advice of Valks 80 plus being added. When your damage contribution within the server is between 1st and 60th, the probability of getting a 1 kg gold bar is increased by 2.5 times. The number of 100 G gold bars has been changed as well, so 4 to 6 guaranteed, 3 to 5, or 2 to 4. Similar thing on the Quint compared to Mirror Mock. Again, the 30 and 50 Valks have been removed, the third 80 has been added. The cool shards that you can get have been increased from 1 to 5 and 1 to 2. And in general, we have also world boss defense adjustments to match this. So in the case of Zarka, we have 100% increase. At least I think this would be Zarka. Zarka upgrades Nightmare Zarka, we have 15%, Nuver 40, Bloodstorm Nuver 38, Kuranda 100%, Storm Kuranda 15, Kutum has been pushed up by 80, and the Thundercloud Kutum by 18 as well. And when attacking magical and range damage has been modified to apply the same as melee, so no more lowering of ranged and magic AP. Then we have adjustments of experience gained from hunting grounds and early growth stages. So we have a big overhaul of the grind spots of the Fadus, for example. All the mobs are going to give a lot more XP. Same thing for Bashims. I mean, 1.443, 1.7. Those are some nice increases for those mobs. Same for Centaurs. Centaurs, we can actually see a really big 3.98 times more XP, or 4.19, or 3.7. That is significant. Pilaku as well, 2.52 for the Exiles. The Madmen's 2.2, 2.22, Iron Fist 2.64, Follower of Kafris 2.16, and the Black-Eyed Prison Guard with 2.05. Crescent also gets a nice buff by going into the 2 something bracket. Similar thing for Kadri, going into the 3 something increase. So Kadri Ruins will definitely be providing a lot of XP for lower levels. World Sulfur Mine is also 2.64. Nice little increase across the board, generally between 2 to 3%. And Gaha's Bandits, we actually have a nice mix. The Sandstorm Reavers go in 2.79. Assassins, Elite Units, and Riflemen. Assassins and Elite Units by 3 something, while the Sandstorm as well by 2.8, so almost 3. Then we have some quest and knowledge changes. The quest Ataraxian back to the Society of Balance has been improved, so you can complete it immediately, even if accepted outside of the Red Heart. And after accepting the weekly Gladius Cabellia's ship, the battle with Elasra has been improved to proceed via the dialogue button. The battle limit during the recommended quest Last Gladius has also been increased to 15 minutes. Backgrounds, NPC effects, and cutscenes. There was an issue with the Tory NPC that appeared when defeating Mercedes in the Merrimack Labyrinth. Would occasionally appear in an abnormal location. This will be fixed. The placement of the NPCs located in the Golden Pig Cave has been naturally modified. A typo in the quest objective Adventure Journal Feeling Good has been corrected. The name of the Ospricon Basala NPC has been changed to Basila. The scene where Yaz, who you talk to in the Ancient Stone Chamber during the Ataraxian Ezekiel progression, appears and leaves has been improved. They've also improved the search for NPC Katya, which resides in Okila's Eye in the NPC Finder. For Node Wars and Conquest Wars, the controls for the Dark Contract Ogre and Dark Contract Troll which have been improved. So we have the Dark Covenant Ogre. The overall attack chain has been naturally improved. So here we see the before and after. When attacking in place, the attacks are much more swift and smoother. Same thing for during a dash attack. We can see a more quick attack. Overall, the attack animation is a bit faster. Then we have the dash attack while running has been improved to allow for natural chaining, and the standing still roaring attack while charging has been removed and changed to a jumping attack. So here we see the old charging running, and there's the jump. The defense has also been increased by 100% compared to before. Similar changes for the Dark Contract Troll, so the overall attack chain has been naturally improved, and they added an attack while moving. So before change, we can see slow swings, swing speed has gone up, movement speed has also been greatly increased. They've also added a dash attack on Q while running, and the defense has been increased by 150% compared to before. In the Occupied Mercury, Occupied Dark Contract Ogre Troll items can now be used to summon them. I'm not quite sure what this translation is. Then for the UI, we have sorting and filtering buttons being added into the integrated goods UI. So you can sort the seals from the highest to lowest number held based on the total number of seals. You can also filter to only use seals you currently own, and the sort and filter buttons can be used together. So we can remove all those excess that are empty because we've used them up. They've also added descriptions that appear when you hover your mouse over related content below. So they added a description for the sea breeze and Aquila's delivery from the ship. They added a description for the breath from the Dine. They've also added descriptions for moving, locking chat windows, party, and unit widgets. And the Pearl Shop gift, shopping cart, list of components, and detailed view descriptions have been added. The text for the settings buttons in the header alarm settings UI has been changed to save to make the buttons function more recognizable. And the exposure order for the Immortal Abyss daily quest has been changed to give priority to higher grade quests. The font color of the guild employment agreement has also been changed. Then we have general fixes and changes. So small UI changes for granting guild colors, which could not work for the war correspondence. A phenomenon where the title successor of the fortress who inherited the will of Dekia was obtained through the story quest rather than the final Gladius weekly boss has been fixed. An issue with base name information was repeatedly displayed when entering another base while viewing the transport status UI. The awkward wording in the item description of the otter touching a fish has been corrected. They've also fixed an issue where items placed in Prodigio's custom bag would be unlocked. They also fixed some issues where knowledge could not be acquired from some guild leaders. Also fixed issues where, in some situations, a request with a set order period could be exposed outside of design. When progressing through the Ataraxian or Zekia, the appearance exit animations of Yaz, who you can talk to in the Ancient Stone Chamber, has been improved. Issues where NPCs would disappear in certain situations during the progress of the Ataraxian, supplementary materials, and Baja's dream, making it impossible to proceed with the quest, has been fixed. Also, after completing your Zekia recommendation quest, the text on the Oar's Cradle button during the Soul Magia has been improved to be more intuitive. And we have issue fixes for the weekly quest icon for Red Heart Soul Magia. Issue fixes where the Progno Silver acquisition amount effect was not applied when wearing the Prion accessory and Chenga tome together has been fixed. And a phenomenon where you could check the family names of other adventurers on the hardcore server using the Pearl Shop gift function has been fixed. And further small issues for the pad modes. And then we also have one for item descriptions of the Gamos reward bundles and more quest fixes. In the case of Ranger, there was an interesting one. There was an issue where the tip of the left ear would become slightly darker when wearing the Thrill helmet has been fixed. And on the Hashashin and Sage, the phenomenon of appearance being awkwardly exposed when wearing the Kirkatan costume has also been fixed. With that, we're going into the recap. Overall, the sort and filter is really great. I'm still very happy about the Trolls and Ogre changes. I'm still waiting to actually go do that. That's going to be a lot of fun. The XP changes are really nice for people just wanting to quickly level a character themselves. This is a great option now, and it has become much more viable. In the case of the bosses are well overdue to get an increase. 100 mil minimum is quite nice. Even with the defense increase, I do think the bosses will become much more viable to do again. Especially if the rare adventure bag will give us probably try and tet more frequently. That will be nice Dekia fuel. And then the fact that the ruins are coming back, I'm super happy about this. I felt it was underutilized, but if you want to, you can just check out that video. And with that, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the game.